Well, as the sign says, sold, this was the dream home, right, John?
This was the dream home for the London Health Sciences Centre. Obviously, it's a great incentive to raise money for the London Health Sciences Centre. So that particular year, we got chosen to build and market the dream home.
And so we are going to get to tour the dream home because, as the sign says, it's sold. So someone's taking ownership of this beautiful home that you have built in a very short time.
Yes, it closes in July or sooner if the other people that are moving in sell their place sooner. So it's a July closing for sure, but it's open-ended. If they sell their place in Waterloo sooner, they will be moving in sooner.
Well, we were so happy that John Meinen himself, Pinnacle Quality Homes, we can tour your home and take a look inside before it gets scooped up by the people that are going to be living inside of it, and it's so beautiful. And if you don't know John, of course, you are the current president of the Stratford Area Builders Association, yep. Past president of the OHBA, the Ontario Home Builders Association, and do I dare say the future president incoming in, not this incoming season for CHBA, but the following year, you'll be the president of the Canadian Home Builders Association. You're a busy guy.
I sometimes wonder why I do it all, but I've been involved in the Home Builders Associations for, I think, over 20 years, fourth time president of Stratford. And you know what, we are an advocacy group that really, in essence, fights for our industry. We do awful lot of lobbying. And remember, this sector is bigger than oil and gas and cars and everything else. The automotive industry, it's bigger. This is a huge sector. It's nationally, it's 153 billion in economic activity. So,
well, and being a SABA member myself, that's what I really truly notice is like the lobbying and the fighting for the builders and also for home owners and people that are looking that ethics, that code of ethics and code of conduct really makes a difference being a SABA member.
Sure it does. And we tried to lobby also for, as you know, housing has become unaffordable in a lot of cases. So we try to keep, building codes to where they're necessary but cost effective, and we've talked about that earlier, Melissa. But it's about trying to keep the cost, down somewhat. I know it's for millennials today. It's hard to talk, cost efficiency or home ownership affordability because that's getting to be more and more out of reach for the millennials.
Well, this home would not be for a millennial because you have really not spared many expenses, being that it was a dream home.
No.
So I want to let's go inside and have a look because I can't wait any further. This is just an absolute dream home, and I know whoever is taking possession of this is going to be living in just basically a solid dream.
Yes, and this is not just, we've been building Energy Star homes since 2004, since the inception of Energy Star here in Ontario. But this is my first net zero ready home. So okay. Not saying net zero, this is a net zero ready. So had you installed the solar panels, it would be a net zero home. And I'm happy to announce that I just recently received my license now to build net zero ready homes in the province of Ontario. So
the way of the future, it's going to be, what is it, 2020? No, what's the?
Well, there's differences. I mean, I think by 2030, they want every home built to net zero ready standards. Not so much maybe net zero, because I think that's a pretty hard milestone to achieve in 10 years, but it is the way of the future. And like Energy Star was the way of the future in 04, 05, net zero ready or net zero is now the future. So.
Now, exterior out here, you've got the beautiful stone mixed with, do you want to give me a little bit of a tour here?
Yep, so it's a mix of stone. We went, as you can see, half stone here and full stone on that garage door. And this is all a hardy board material. Even that on the gables is a hardy board material. We use a lot of hardy board. It's a cement board. We love the product. And as you can see, we did some timber frame up there. And along with the timber frame, we put some powder coated brackets up there to make it look make it stand out a little bit.
And you continue with that theme on the inside, too.
We continue with that theme on the inside, and we actually do, since a lot of people have seen this home through the Dream Home foundation. You know, there's about 25, 30,000 people that toured this home. So from now, I all of a sudden have a lot of customers who want
That
timber,
home. I want that.
or that home. As a matter
Yeah.
of fact, this home, just 2 streets over, I had a lot there, so we're building kind of a replica of this home without the loft.
Oh,
Starting,
exciting. Okay.
Footings are going in today. So.
Oh, that's exciting. Okay, let's go in and take a look, and John's going to give us the full tour. All right, by the sounds, there's a lot of activity out here in Bayfield, but as we walk in, everything, John, from the lighting to the ceilings to all of the beams that you've put in here, you attention to detail is what I see here.
Well, you know, in all our builds, we like to pay attention to detail, but you have to remember when 25 or 30,000 people are coming through your home, you want to pay extra attention.
A little extra touch.
A little extra attention to detail. And so we've added some different features in this house and in the dining room per se. You know, we've got the rafter look going on, and then pine to be in between. As you'll notice on all the doors and all the windows, we put headers on top instead of just casement, like nice and done in the trim. And
I feel it's perfect. It's a very cottage feeling home. For Bayfield, I think it's perfect.
well, that was a theme of this house. It was
Okay.
bring Muskoka to Bayfield.
Oh, I didn't
That
even
was
know
a
that.
theme.
Okay,
That was-
okay,
that was a
because that's
theme.
exactly what that
Right.
totally feels like.
So yeah. And then obviously here we've done something different. We've inlaid tile in between the hardwood. I had my tile setter did a great job of this, and it took him a little bit of time, mind you. That doesn't go very quick, this sort of thing. So.
And you don't see this every day. I love that too, because you've got the mixture of the tile then heading into the floor. And I always love with tile, like you don't think when you're coming in the door, it's winter or whatever it is, you don't necessarily want to have just the hardwood or just like tile is a beautiful starting point.
It is, and especially now you got a combination of the two, right? So now when you do come in with, you know, with the snow in your boots or whatever, you know, you're not, you know, it's not full hardwood that you're putting all that water on. It's, you know, you can step on the tiles. It gives you an option, right?
Oh, now that you say it the mixture of Muskoka, the whole feel, it's just the wood, the stone, the everything, and the white mixed within the lighting fixtures you've chosen. You've pulled this together very nice. Like it's stunning.
You know, I can't give myself all the credit. You know, we had a decorator here with the name of Gillian Summers from Upstaging from London, so I do give her a lot of credit for this. I mean, when we built this thing, there was a lot of, you know, should we or should we not put this in, and Gillian would pick this, and I would try to remind Gillian that we do have a budget, because one thing decorators don't understand sometimes
like to-
budgets. They're great people, but they don't understand budgets, right? So anyway, there's a lot of extras that went into this house. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna get out of the way so that you can go into the bathroom area here, and we will follow it, like everything in here from.
So even in the bathroom, you know, we laid the tiles on a 45-degree angle, no different than we did on the floor. This entire house has got the Brizo fixtures.
I was going to say all of that's beautifully stunning. And are you finding this to be more of a common theme in homes now?
A gold, believe it or not, the stuff we used to, when we do renovations, we found gold stuff in the house, we throw them in the dumpster.
And they're coming back. They're coming back. Bring it back.
Yeah, gold's coming back, like the fixtures
All of
and
the
the
fixtures,
drains, and even on lights, and right. So,
I'm noticing golds, bronzes, even like the pinkish type colors.
Yep.
Yeah, black is
well, you know
big
what they
too.
say, what goes out will always come back in.
Yeah, so don't be throwing that stuff away because you might need it again someday soon. While we're over here, take a look at the laundry room that John has created. I love the idea of the pull out, the drying rack, the fact that you've got higher, like a little bit higher than waist level areas for folding. You've got areas over here, like you have thought of everything.
Down for a dryer rack, right? And it's a nice stainless steel sink, again with the nice fixtures. And then over here, you know, we have a little shoe shelf and some cupboards again, some more cupboard space. What I love about this is the Dutch door.
Oh, I didn't even see this. That's great.
When your pet's been bad, you know, and your pet's been misbehaving, and you can still keep an eye on your pet. So it's kind of like a
You have thought of everything. Tell them to do laundry while they're in here.
That's right. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Oh, that's great. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
And my eyes are just going everywhere. That's the problem here. Okay, so then fireplace. We've got the stone.
Fireplace, yeah, we put a nice fir beam in the center, and that's all like river rock. you know, not like we went down to the river and collected the rock.
Right.
It's all kind of makes it look like it, today. And not only that, like in the ceiling here in the living room, we used all pine. Yeah, we try to keep it very cottagey here.
Yeah, and the attention to in the ceiling, you've got the inside like that. It's different, right? So definitely making a statement.
So the crown molding around here, we matched, certain parts of the cabinetry, like with the range hood and stuff. I mean, this is the first house I've ever built that has blue cabinetry.
But blue is very in right now. Yeah,
I remember the day when they started putting this cabinetry in. They had about 3 cabinets in, and I walked in here and I thought, I have to tell these people to shut this down. I'm going to take them things out of here. It wasn't, I did something I wasn't used to.
No, but blue mixed with the gold, mixed with the wood, it just pops. And for that cottagey type Muskoka feel, it is. Anything I'm ever seeing and reading about blue is very big right now, especially the gold just pops, especially with your sink area, all of the handles, all of the hardware there.
And and credit goes to Casey's Creative Kitchens, and they've done a phenomenal job of putting this together. With the ladder, I guess some people would probably not use it. Some people might use it as decorative or for aesthetics, but the countertop and the island is all done in wood. So it's different, right? It's different things. Like the dining room is, again, all done in shiplap walls.
Yeah, shiplap is really being very popular again too. I love the shiplap, and I see even for the newcomers coming into the home, your appliances are very cool too. You've got technology plus here, so you were telling me the refrigerator turns into a television.
It does. So it's not. It needs Wi-Fi, obviously. It needs to be hooked up to cable, but whatever's playing on that television there will be playing on your fridge. You can do it that way, but it does a lot more than that. You can hook on to. You can just latch onto your cell phone in Foodland, per se, and see what's in your fridge.
Oh, this is where technology gets so cool.
To see what you might need.
Yeah.
In a guy's case, let me see if I got beer.
And you can get that at the supermarket now, so it's all win-win. It doesn't matter.
Win-win, right? So, anyway,
right by the pizza.
You can look right into the fridge and see what's missing and what you need.
It just blows my mind.
Technology today is pretty crazy. This entire home, if you were to just move over here for a moment. There's a tablet in this house right here. This house is fully automated. So you've got stereo and television. You've got your lighting, right? So then you go click on your lighting. Your dining room light we can turn it off here, right? Or you can turn it back on, or you can go to 30% or 16%.
And then I'm assuming you can have that program so that you're gone, time of day, certain things.
Well, you can run this whole screen is the same screen as on your cell phone. So you can run, your pool temperature, your house temperature, your lights, everything. This house has got also security. You can actually arm an alarm or whatever when you're not even home. You can. So there's a lot. It's got the Control 4 system.
I think that's also, I know the Control 4. I think it's funny when you can mess with people and you're not at home and somebody else is and you start messing with the lights.
Well, I have it in my own home, and trust me, I've been messing with my wife every now and then when I'm not home.
You're in Florida. What is going on here?
Exactly.
Okay, let's head upstairs and see. You've got a really extraordinary upstairs with some very interesting angles. Again, a real statement piece on the main level and also upstairs as well. So this is the loft portion of your house, John, and this, I would think that it would be great to be able to have guests here so they could be upstairs, you're downstairs.
Yeah, like let's say you have company over and everybody kind of wants to mind their own business. They've got a bedroom over here, they've got a bathroom, and they've got a games room / loft. To spend some time. There's no door separating the two, but at least.
But great living space. So even if your kids were here family friends, it's a great secondary space to be able to do with what they please. And again, in the bathroom, you've got beautiful fixtures. Everything pops in the bathroom, from I see the handles to the sink to the lighting, and just again, all the fixtures and the tiling in here really pops as well.
Yeah, and again, we did all Brizo fixtures in here and upgraded all the countertops, obviously, and the toilets, and Yeah, it, it's been a great build. I've enjoyed building this home. And then it goes off into the bedroom there, and
Yeah, it's just a wonderful.
which is sorry, it's a very nice size bedroom.
And it's a wonderful use of space. I was going to say that it's just everything just fits and works really well in here.
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't have a home, I'd buy it.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway,
Well, you don't live that far away, do you?
no, I'm a couple streets
Yeah.
over, but yeah, sure. But no, it was a great experience, and don't forget, it was also a great way to raise money for a very important cause. So. Yeah.
So you, now that this house is sold and people want a Pinnacle quality home, what's next? What's next on the list?
Well, what's next on the list? We have we're a custom home builder. We build from Stratford to Bayfield to anywhere in between, and we have a brand new development coming up in Exeter in the multi-residential end of it. So we kind of covering all bases, and it's been good. We've been at this I've been at this all my life, so I'd like to one day maybe slowly back out of it a little bit, somewhat. Not all the way, of course. I need something to do. I'm not that guy, right? I need something to do. But anyway, no, and so we're expanding a little bit into different areas, and but mostly we specialize in custom builds. We don't have an A, B, C, D plan. We have, you bring us the plan and you tell us what you want, and
Build the dream. Just like
Build
this
the
was
dream.
the dream
Just like
home.
build the dream.
This is exactly, you would fulfill other people's dreams and other people's
exactly.
desires for the home needs.
So, and this house, it's got some different flair to it. Obviously, it was a dream home, so you try to, like I said earlier, you just put a little bit more into it. But what I like about it, I think, is the net zero ready feature of it. This is my first, so this was, for me, it was kind of it was a new adventure for myself, because I've never done a net zero ready. So I'm very happy with this home. So.
Okay, if we head downstairs, one last question for you, John, as we head down, because I want to finish up back in the kitchen area because it is so extraordinary. For yourself as a custom home builder, do you enjoy the whole idea that every home you build is truly different versus, picking a subdivision and then, doing the same kind of home over and over and over?
Well, we do both. We have subdivisions, and we do have 3 or 4 models that people pick from. But at the end of the day, that's still flexible too. They can take that model and they can change it however they want. So therefore, again, custom home builds. When we get into townhouses, so much like we're going into Exeter for townhouses, those will be a little bit more difficult as in the custom version. They'll still be able to pick their colors, their carpets, and this and that. But at the end of the day, we still focus a lot on custom homes.
Or like you said.
Yeah, well, exactly. Go ahead.
Taking a house like this and then a couple streets over, somebody liked it, as you said, you had like 30,000 plus people looking at the home. You're going to get a couple that at least say like, whoa, I want something exactly like this, but they can have something similar to it, but make it their own.
Right, and that's exactly what we're doing over there in Glass Street. We've taken the lower part of this house and added a bedroom, and we've taken the loft off. So it's just more one level, but it's this design. It's more spacious in this area because you don't have the loft, so we made it more spacious on the main. But no, and for all the people that have been through this house, like this has been a very popular layout, and people love it, and I'm probably going to build more of these.
Yeah,
as
it's
a matter of fact,
very friendly.
I got 2 or 3 on the books like this that people want this style.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad we could do this as part of the Parade of Homes. We've been in Stratford. We have been on tour to Godrich and Bayfield now. This is good. We're making the rounds, and our Parade of Homes tour continues as we continue the tour. Anything else you want to add?
No. I just we're going to keep doing what we do best, and that's we like to build good quality homes.
Couldn't have said it better myself there. Okay, here we go. Thanks, John. Thank you. So again,
Did you want to go to the kitchen yet once?
well, I do want. Yes, let's go over to the kitchen one last time. And as we do sign off our Parade of Homes, we're going to continue our tour this year again. We are taking you on tour through our live streams through each of the homes, and we also want you to join us coming up on June 1st at the SABA picnic. That's going to be over at the Cowbell Brewery, where all of the builders are going to be able to take part, and you will be able to meet and greet and have a face-to-face conversation with John himself and all of the other builders. So if you're thinking about something like this, they are the people that you want to talk to.
Thank you for taking the time today and doing this. I appreciate it.
Perfect. Okay, we will see you hopefully on June 1st. The Parade of Homes continues for the Stratford Area Builders Association.